I was going to go in and show you things, but I'll save that for another time. Anyway, this is the motion light that's outside. It had this little plug in there, but I think we just need to remove the screw, and I want to put a electrical box here because I don't know if it even has one behind it. And then it'll run up with that special tubing stuff, and I want to put the street light somewhere up here. You can obviously tell where the studs are from the nails in the wall, or the siding rather. So yeah, we'll go from there, but let's see what's behind this. I took just one screw out, and the thing unplugs. You ever seen anything like that? I guess here's the brand. Look at this. That's real different. Thought I'd also replace the front light, but I neglected to realize that it doesn't have a box in the wall. I wouldn't have known to begin with. But we're gonna have to take a box off of something because it's obviously surface mount and not inset. This will put on pause for a minute because I need to get a different cover. I decided to take the box off of this Regent Flood for the moment. It's easier than running back to the store right now. But brown, or bronze, is what we need, as I picked these up at the Restore the other day, and they're what I'd like to use. So that's what's going to go by the entry. Got the box on the wall. So these are the lights. One has a plate on it, so that's good. You can fit a BR40 bulb in here if you really, really wanted to. This thing is huge as a reflector. Very good quality. Let's see here. They're made by Major. Never really heard of them, but it says all over their stuff that it's made in the USA, so that's awesome. So we got some mounting screws and a gasket. I believe this box is just the light itself. Yep, just the light itself. It's kind of a bronzy color, but very good quality. So I think these will look very nice. I haven't decided what kind of bulbs I want to put in them, but I'll probably do some type of a dimmer because it would be nice to dim it. So cool. And there's the Major light put up. I think it looks nice up there. So just gotta find some bulbs for it. That's the hardest part, really. Gotta pick out the right ones. Doing all this electrical work means we need some music. So got these. Of course I already have a couple. I have one over there, and there's of course the HomePods, but these are black in color instead of white like the original ones that I got. One of them is going to go in the living room upstairs, and one of them I'm going to put in the garage for the moment. So at least there's some type of music out there. Oh yeah, and it's sitting on this table I picked up this past week at the Restore. It came with 4 leaves. Boy, does this thing get huge when you put all those leaves in. It is incredibly long. Unfortunately, people at the Restore scratched it up. But you know, they're volunteers there. They probably don't even want to be there. But anyway, it's in great condition. Other than that, the quality of it is very nice. It's all hardwood. So it's a very, very nice table. Didn't get any chairs for it yet. Got this really old chair. It even came with these covers that go on the table to keep it nice. So that's really cool. They're all there. So yeah, that's a table. Gonna set up these IKEA Sonos speakers and get some music going. My friend JJ picked this up today while we were at the mall. The Avengers Endgame Stormbreaker. It's right here. Very cool. He also picked up this Stormtrooper helmet. Wonder where that idea came from. But here it is. So that's really cool. So he picked up some things here that he's really wanted for quite a while, including a Nintendo Switch. This is something he's been wanting for a while too. This is the new indigo looking color. It came out, I think it was released yesterday, the 21st. So pick that one up. He got Pokemon Sword to go with it, and a very nice Zelda case. So that's cool. He's got that sitting over here. He's got it all, it's being set up. I stopped there because he needs a nickname. Like I said, I got the covers, so one for outside, one for the light that I took it from, and I got some bulbs for light outside, so I have to share that. I picked up these 2 General Electric clocks today at Goodwill. They were $3 a piece. They both work really well. I thought they were unique. I've seen videos of similar ones on YouTube, so I thought, why not pick them up? It's always nice to have a digital clock and a radio that works. Plus the fake wood grain, pretty cool. Picked up this little Foxy coin pouch from a Japanese import store. I've seen them there for a while. It was the last one, and I don't know if they'd be getting them again, so I decided to pick that up. That's pretty cool. And, oh, he also picked up this dragon statue today, JJ did, to add to our collection of figurines. And I added the little Glaceon here because there isn't plenty of those. Anyway, so we got some unique things. Don't usually buy all this kind of stuff, so I think today was apparently his day because here it all is. Okay, so it's the second day because I had to go and get some other things done. But this is what I went to pick up yesterday, the new Apple TV 4K HDR or whatever fancy new thing, because I have the Apple TV for down here, but I need one for upstairs, and I knew that they were going to be coming out with a new one, and then of course it was hard to get it, and then they finally had it, so I could finally get it. Here it is. So we'll have to do a little quick unboxing of this later, but anyway, at least now I can watch something on the television upstairs other than the TV that we pick up with the antenna, which is quite a bit of channels here in the city, but it'll be good to have other options too, like YouTube and such. So let's see what's going on in the garage again. Okay, so back out here, I did get 2 boxes put together and ready to go. We have the appropriate 20 amp outlets here, and our 20 amp rated wire, the 12 gauge, coming over to this box where I put the outlets in. And then of course it all starts here, which I haven't done yet. So we'll get to this one, and I need to run wire to this box. And then we'll have all those done, and then we'll have to run wire down through over this little hole here that they have. Then I'll put a switch here or something. I might move this closer to the wall just so it looks better. Maybe you're supposed to have it out like that. I'm not entirely sure. I decided to just keep this in its own box. I'm not going to mess with all that. I'll just have a separate switch instead of having 2 in the same box. And then I'll have to turn everything off and add our breaker. So I'm going to do everything that I can before getting to that step. So I think what I'll do now is make sure that this is all wired up and whatnot. The wire is a little kind of all over the place because it's hard. You unravel it because it's all coiled up, and then you got to try to straighten it out, and it wants to go every which way. So I'm sure over time it'll sag and do that kind of stuff, and I can straighten it out at that point. But we have to do this box now, so we'll continue with that. I did pick up a plate for this, so that'll be covered up and ready to go. I need to clean up these wires. So yeah, that's where everything is sitting currently. So in this room we have the 2 shop lights on the ceiling, and they don't have switches on them. So what my decision is, instead of connecting it to this, which apparently nothing can focus, because I'm just going to leave this light and the light in the other room alone, let it be on their circuit just like the home was built. You know, they can be like lights to turn on just to get to where you're going or something. And these, as you can tell, they both reach over here. So I'm thinking of putting an outlet up over here in the middle somewhere, and then running some wire down to this outlet right here. So I bought a cover that can take an outlet and a switch. So we'll have an outlet, you know, still here, and then a switch to control the outlet for these lights. I got the metal wire here, you know, it's encased in this spiral metal stuff, a metal clad cable as they call it, to run up here. I forgot to get the connectors to hold it to the wall to make it look nice, but we'll use this stuff instead of getting all the tubing like you see here and trying to bend it. I think this will work nicely. So that is where that project is sitting currently. So believe it or not, I had just enough wire for this project, exactly enough. if I use the outlet wire that was right here. So obviously I looked at this. This is 12 gauge wire, the same that I've been using for this project, because this is a a 20 amp circuit, and obviously right now it's going to this 30 amp breaker, and if, as far as I understand it, 12 gauge wire can only do 20 amps. So this is wrong to begin with for a 30 amp outlet that used to be here. Well, actually, that's right for the outlet, but the wire is wrong. It's too small of a gauge. It should be, I think, 10 or something probably for a 30 amp 120 volt outlet. Not entirely sure. Either way, like I said, I'm not a professional at any of this. I just try my best. Know what you're doing, all that kind of stuff. Either way, I decided to use this wire because it's exactly the same that I am using for the project, and eliminate that outlet for right now. I have no use for it at the moment, and that makes it a little easier because I can change out this 30 amp breaker for the 20 amp breaker. So once I get to that part, I'll just swap that out for the correct amperage, and we'll go from there. So yeah, no more giant outlet, at least at the moment. I think a 240 volt outlet would be more useful anyway. So yeah, that's where that stands. We got the wire up and over into our box, and we got it running over here as well. I've noticed in other places, especially down there at the end, they've used these little pieces of trim to keep the wires out of the tight nooks and crannies and away from these metal things. So they had some extra ones, and I put it here to keep the wires, once it's all cleaned up, away from the metal pieces so they don't get scratched and things like that. So interesting idea they used down there. I thought I'd use it here as well. So that's where it stands. Got to put the switch in, this outlet, and that outlet right there. So if I decide to add one more outlet, once this wall is gone for that room, I will have to get more wire for that. But as the project sits currently, it'll be up and running. So fantastic. Okay, so I got this box finished up, and I got all the others finished up as well. Got the wiring coming in, going down through the little side hole that was there, coming down to a switch. This is a 20 amp switch, same exact switch as this one actually. This came out of the bathroom upstairs when I replaced it with a dimmer not too long ago. Well, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes ago, because I wanted the switch. I knew it was a 20 amp switch, so it works perfect here, and I wanted a dimmer in the bathroom, so we're doing good. I took the panel and replaced the 30 amp with a 20. I put the 30 there. This 15 doesn't go to anything, so the 30 also doesn't go to anything, it's just there. I assume that's okay because this one is going to nothing, there's nothing connected to it, and this one doesn't have anything connected to it either, so I'm just going to leave them off. But there's our new 20, using the wire coming up to our outlets. So again, we have an outlet over here, and I've already put up a light to have an outlet over here. So I wasn't really sure where to put this thing. It's one of those life light things with the little ballasts in the end, the little chokes in the end of the fixture. You can see them on both ends. And then it has like some type of resistive thing in the middle in the wires to help start it. Got the 34 watt bulbs in there that I got a whole bunch of from work. So that's what's in there. I'll be using those for a lot of things because that's just what I have. So, screwed it up there. It's nice and solid. Of course, it's nice and close to an outlet, so we got that all hooked up. And let's give it a try. There we go. Of course, it has that little when you turn it on. That's pretty typical of this design. You can see a little green in the camera from the light, but it's not like that in person. It's a cool white. Nothing too spectacular. So yeah, first light up with the new outlets. But this will be good because I won't have extension cords everywhere to run the lights and stuff. So very cool. Have a lot of wires to clean up and organize, but that's where we sit.